So in this video, we will just have a first look and unboxing of this Samsung Smart Keyboard Trio 500, which is a relatively inexpensive Bluetooth keyboard, and it was like 50% off on Samsung's website, so I couldn't really resist getting one in each color. Of course, we do have the black one, which is the one I gravitate towards mostly, but also have the white one here. Yeah, I don't really need to, I don't think so, but could still be nice maybe to have one keyboard in one bag and a keyboard in another location, or another keyboard in another location, maybe. But like I said, 50% off, and they're not really that expensive to begin with, so I couldn't really resist getting both of them. So let's just have a look at around the black one here, because that's the one I really wanted. And you can see a little bit of branding there on the side. This is the Scandinavian version, because yeah, I live in Scandinavia, so we have a little bit of a different layout. And yeah, Bluetooth device, I believe you can have up to 3 devices paired at the same time, and then just via hotkey switch between them. And my reasoning for getting a Samsung Bluetooth keyboard, small portable keyboard, is because I'm debating with myself what kind of keyboard I should use with my Tab S8 and my Tab S8 Ultra as well. Because yeah, I did get the keyboard cases with these two tablets here, still waiting for the one for my Ultra, but I have the one on my Tab S8 here. Kind of like it, but I don't really need a keyboard that often, so I'm not really sure if it's worth having something permanently or attached to my tablet permanently, instead of maybe just having a little bit more lightweight or more durable case on my tablet instead, and then just have a Bluetooth keyboard in my bag that I can pull out whenever I kind of need to type a little bit more, or at least I wanted to try it and see what direction I want to go in the future. Because with the keyboard like this one here, you are completely independent on which device you use it on, because the only really requirement is the fact that you need to have Bluetooth connectivity. So I can use it with my Samsung tablets, of course. I can use it with my smartphone. I can use it with another computer if I wanted to do so. And I don't have to invest in a specific keyboard cases that I can only really use with this specific tablet here. This keyboard I can use on both my Tab S8, my Tab S8 Ultra at the same time, and just switch between the two by pressing a button. But anyways, let's just get into this one here. It is sealed, so we need to cut through them here. And let's have a closer look what we get in the box. Samsung doesn't really specify the battery life you can expect with a keyboard like this, but I will suspect that you can get relatively long battery life. At least that's what I'm hoping. Actually, it's a little heavier than I would actually have considered or think of a small keyboard like this to be. But anyways, quick start instruction guide. We always get that with Samsung devices or Samsung accessories, and pretty much just tells you don't just throw it in the trash. There is a battery inside, so you need to of course recycle it properly, and some warranty information and so on. Yeah, not really that much helpful, but in many different languages. I'm not really sure what the quick start guide is. Here we have it. A little bit of a drawing there, and also Samsung keyboard does have a shortcut to Samsung DeX, which is kind of nice. But you can also just get any other kind of Bluetooth keyboard. Of course, Logitech and all of the manufacturers make pretty nice little Bluetooth keyboards that kind of cost close to the same as this, when they are not on sale at least. But yeah, that's pretty much all we get in the box. Let's just bring the keyboard in and let's get it out of its little bag here. So like I said, it does weigh a little bit more than I would actually have thought from a keyboard like this. It is made entirely by plastic, and it is, yeah, feels relatively sturdy actually. And let's just bring in the scale right out of the bat and see what kind of weight we are dealing with here. So we are looking at around 418 grams. So it is definitely heavier than a keyboard case for my Tab S8. But again, since it's not attached to a device, it is a little more flexible, I think. And I really like the look of this keyboard here. And of course you have those orange buttons there. I believe those are specifically for like Samsung devices, tablets. So you can select, or you can attach an app F1 to F3 here. And of course you have Samsung DeX on F12, and as well as like Android specific applications, or Android specific shortcuts rather. Also have a screen brightness buttons there, and also Bluetooth buttons up here. So you can pair it with 3 devices and switch between them easily, which I really do like. And for my region of the world, we do use these here, which is, yeah, from Scandinavia, and we do have the big enter key, which is something I am kind of missing on the keyboard for my Tab S8. You can see there we only have the small enter key, which is like what you're probably used to if you are watching from the US, but yeah, here in Europe or Scandinavia, we do like the big enter key there. Yeah, my pinky finger kind of want to tap up there every time I want to hit enter. When I type on this keyboard, can kind of get used to it, but yeah, definitely like the big enter key. Yeah, and right out the bat, does feel a little plasticky, but it's also a very inexpensive keyboard with plastic keys and plastic construction. But I kind of like the little bit snappiness the keys have, but they do feel like a very shallow laptop keyboard. Not bad by any stretch of the imagination. Let's just take a look at the side here. We do have a physical on-off switch, and we do also have a little LED here, I believe for battery status, so you can kind of see when it's time to replace the batteries. Nothing really on the back side, and nothing on the right side here, and nothing on the front of the keyboard as well. On the bottom side here, we do have rubber feet on each corner, so it does stay on the surface a little bit better, and of course will not scratch your surface. So kind of like that. There is no tilt option, so you cannot really tilt it up towards the back to get a little bit of a higher typing angle. Inside here, we do have, I believe it's 2 AAA batteries, and you can see it's already pre-attached, so you don't really have to remove this plastic cover here. You can really just peel off this little piece of plastic here if you want to enable the keyboard. But yeah, just use alkaline batteries with this one here, I believe is best, or maybe you could use lithium batteries. But again, Samsung doesn't really specify the battery life you will get with these. And I believe it is alkaline batteries pre-installed. Yeah, it is alkaline batteries installed in this device here. So I hope it will last, of course, a long, long time. But yeah, only time really will tell. So now it is enabled, or the battery is ready to be used. Let's just switch it on and see what kind of status LED we do get there. So we get a little bit of a flash. And let's just try that again. So 3 blue flashes. And we can actually also see the little status LED up here. It is probably in pairing mode, or at least I would think so. So I believe this is probably just for battery status. So 3 flashes is probably full. And of course 2 and 1 will be lower battery. I'm not really sure if you will get actually a battery warning. And I believe this keyboard does have function keys. Disable, so you have to press the function key to get to the separate functions here. So if you want to turn up or down the volume, you need to press the function key to do so. And again, if you want to program the Bluetooth shortcuts here, you have to press the function key before, because they will just use the F keys as default. Let's just pull out a little bit here so I can pump up my Tab S8 Ultra here next to it. And let's just try and go into Bluetooth settings and actually set it up. And you can also kind of see the sizing compared to the S8 Ultra, which is a very big tablet, 14.6 inches. And right out the bat, just had to log into the tablet here, and you get a little Smart Keyboard Trio pop-up. That's actually kind of nice. Let's just hit connect, and I have to type in the password or the code. So let's do that now. 53976 and hit enter. That worked. And you can see here down here we do have a little keyboard animation there, or notification there. So I guess I have to press that if I wanted to open the virtual keyboard. So let's just get into a empty Word document here. Try to type something. Something. So yeah, actually it works quite well. Let's try and hit the caps lock key Do we get any kind of notification that the caps lock is on and or off? No, that's a little annoying. So definitely you can of course tell by typing, but there's no other ways of knowing if the caps lock key is on and or off. Let's try and lower and raise the brightness. Oh, I was actually wrong. The functions are actually enabled by default. So you can see up and down the brightness here. You can also turn up and down the volume. No, you cannot do so. You have to hold the function key. Okay, that's a little bit strange. The F keys, the shortcuts do work there by default. You want to use the shortcut from 1 to 6 here. You have to press the function key to turn up or down the volume. That's a little strange, but other than that, you can go home here. You can open your multitasking window, and you can also open applications or so on from here. And let's see if there's actually any applications assigned. No. So let's try and assign YouTube to the app 1 button. So it should hold it for 3 seconds. And there is a little pop-up notifications there. So let's just turn off YouTube. Press the app 1 button, and yeah, YouTube does open up. So that's pretty nice function as well. And let's try and hold the FN key for more than 5 seconds and see if we can actually disable it. I've held the function key for 10 seconds now. Nah, it doesn't disable the function key. So yeah, I don't believe you can actually disable the function key or enable it. It's just on by default. Let's see what kind of settings we do have. So now, of course, we have the physical keyboard here within settings, and you can kind of set the dictionary. You can also enable show the keyboard in Samsung DeX. If we enable that, what will happen? Okay, if you want to have the virtual keyboard enabled as well, you can do so in DeX. Let's just try and go back to Word or to Office here. So if we press, yeah, the virtual keyboard will open up as well. I'll just disable that. Shortcuts on the keyboard. So you can kind of see a list of all your shortcuts here. A lot of shortcuts. I'm not really sure I will remember all of these. But yeah, you can hold Command and, for instance, let's try that, Command and K, and you can open calendar. Yes, actually works. You wanted to open music, you can hold Control and, or Command rather, and P, and you will open up Google Music or YouTube Music. Okay, that's kind of nice, but a lot of shortcuts you definitely need to remember here. And I don't think you can actually change those shortcuts. But for instance, if you want to quick access your file system, just Control, Command and R, and you're inside your file system. So that's pretty decent. And of course, if you want to switch your languages, you can just hit Shift and Space, and you can say it switches to English and to my native language, Danish. So you can kind of get your dictionary as well when you are typing. So it will get you a little bit of assistance. Of course, right now I am writing in English. I have set my dictionary to Danish. Let's just switch it over to English and see if we could actually... Nah, of course, it will not really work on the stuff I have already typed. But there's not really that many settings in here for this keyboard. So one major drawback, of course, right out of the bat, there is no backlighting on the keyboard. So that's a kind of a major drawback in my opinion. But again, if you have a keyboard like this with 2 AAA batteries and you wanted to have backlighting on, you'll probably look at several hours of battery life compared to maybe months and years of battery life if you just, of course, have a keyboard without any backlighting. And also there's no caps lock indicator on the caps lock key itself. And I'm not really sure I can actually see anywhere in the UI here if the caps lock is actually on. So I don't really get any notifications whether caps lock is on or off rather. So I kind of just have to try. So that's a little bit annoying, I think. No indicator on the caps lock and not on the FN key as well. Would have been nice if you could kind of revert it so it would default to just the F keys, and you can switch between the two by holding the FN key, and it will light up whenever you have the function key enabled. I believe there's also a shortcut here to bring up the virtual keyboard, so you can kind of do that from the physical keyboard as well. And let's just try and actually pair up my Tab S8, because these are the 2 devices I tend to use with this keyboard here if I don't want to drag around the keyboard cover here. But let's just press the 2 button up here, and you can kind of see the Bluetooth starts flashing. And let's see if that screen actually pops up that we noticed on the Tab S8 Ultra. Not really. See here, as soon as I disable the Bluetooth 1, which is connected to my Tab S8 Ultra, the virtual keyboard does pop up right out of the bat or immediately after. So that's kind of nice. So I don't have to manually go in and set it up or enable it. So when you enable the keyboard, it will kind of course, default to the physical keyboard. If you disable it or turn it off, it will just pop up the virtual keyboard. Kind of nice little feature there. But let's just see if we maybe can hold the button a few seconds. And you can see now it's in pairing mode. And yeah, a few seconds after, I don't really know if you can see that actually, I get the little pop-up message there to pair the keyboard. And I have to type in that little password there, or pairing code, and we are paired to my Tab S8. Let's just see if we can turn the brightness up and down. Yes. Volume up and down. Yes. Everything works just fine. Force the little virtual keyboard there. So yeah, I'm definitely not disliking this keyboard at all. It is a very inexpensive keyboard, so shouldn't really expect all that much from a cheap keyboard like this. And I'm curious to try it out and see if this is the way forward for me personally. Just keep this one in my bag and drag it out whenever I kind of need to type a little bit more, and just maybe stick to the virtual keyboard for most of my stuff, like typing shorter emails, search results like on Google and YouTube and so on. Don't really use my keyboard all that much. I'm not really writing any essays and longer emails and stuff like that nowadays. Shorter messages for Telegram and SMS as well. The virtual keyboard is fine enough, but of course from time to time it is nice to be able to crank out a proper physical keyboard so you can kind of get the feel for the keys and type a little bit faster. And for those scenarios, I'm not really sure if the way forward for me is a separate keyboard like this, Bluetooth keyboard, or if I should bring along a keyboard cover when I am traveling with my Tab S8 Ultra or the regular S8. But this is just a first look and unboxing of this keyboard. Initial impression definitely is fine enough. Of course, there is some shortcomings with this keyboard, like most devices nowadays. Like I said, no backlighting, no light for the caps lock, and can be a little bit annoying, I could imagine, that you have access to the functions here, like switching between apps, home, and so on, without pressing the function key. But if you want to turn up or down the volume of next and previous track, you kind of have to press the function key to be able to use those. So a little bit strange, but you will of course just get used to something like that. I will share some affiliate link down in the description below if you are interested in this keyboard. But else, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope to see you again in a future one. Until then, take care.